Okay, we ready? All right. Okay, once again, we want to say welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to this Saturday training. And we thank you all. We don't want to take anything for granted for being here. We thank God so much for allowing us to be here this morning. So, without further ado, I hope everybody has their pencil and their pads because Tim is getting ready to come up and give us something that we never had. And today's call is going to be strictly about no excuses. Again, my name is Desiree Ingram. I am a married woman for now going on. This is my second time being married. And I have 4 kids from my first marriage, and I have 13 grandkids. So I definitely like to put that out there because I am one of your busiest women that's out there that's doing it, and I am making it happen regardless. I am making no excuses. If you only could see my life, I'm in and out of the bathrooms, running around, just, from the kids, trying to hide, do three-way calls just to make it happen in this business. But I want to bring up somebody who is near and dear to me. And he is somebody that knows the information, somebody that has coached me. He has mentored me in this business. He is somebody that has positioned himself on the other side of the money. He's somebody who cares a lot about the team. We stay up and all the time. We're talking on the phones. We're doing live Zooms with the African team and other people's teams. Again, it is not about us. We want to see each and everybody win in this LiveGood business. But without further ado, I don't want to delay the process because, again, Tim is somebody who has positioned himself on the other side of the money. And guys, you need to know on this training how to make that money, but also how not to make any excuses. Because when you hear his story, and you're going to see why I appreciate this man and why he is the crown diamond. So without further delay, Tim Miller, I want to bring you on up, sir. Tracy, you got to unmute.
Unmuted them. Hold on.
I don't know. No, he's not. Okay.
All right. Good evening. Good afternoon. Even in some places, good night. Can everybody hear me okay? Can everybody hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up. Give me something. Yes. All right. We got a thumbs up. Let's go, y'all. All right. Good evening again. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to today's Saturday morning training call. Remember, we do this call every Saturday on this same, it'll be the same link. Make sure you're getting your people plugged in, guys, so they can get all the information. Here's what I want you guys to remember. This is not about you. It is not about you. It's about us. The bigger this company gets, the bigger we will all grow. I can promise you that. And I'm going to share some things with you today. I hope you're taking notes, but we're really going to discuss no excuses this morning. And then I will run through the 3 basic elements of this compensation plan, because this call is specifically for our new members, Now, we've just set up some private groups for our silver members and above. I will be hosting every other week a special private training for our silver members and above. It's advanced training stuff, guys. You would get lost if you even were on a silver training call, because you don't have the organization yet to even try to get to diamond. So what we want to do here is get everyone basically to silver. That's where all the matches start in this company, and that's where really the fun begins in this opportunity. But what I'm going to do this morning is something I haven't done. I've held it really close to my heart. I've held it close to myself. I've been very, very secretive about this. Very few people know my story. I've never told my story. I don't go out on Facebook or social media posting my story. 1, I don't believe it's people's business. And 2, I'm not a Debbie Downer. I don't believe in, and I'll train as I go here, guys. You got to be careful on social media. People are watching you. When you're out there posting negative stuff, when you're out there posting political stuff, and do what you do. I tell people all the time, you're going to do what you do. It's totally up to you, but I can give you some warnings. People don't want to hear the negative. Okay, you have to stay positive. And when I tell you my story today, hopefully you will understand not only what I've been through, but I want you to, if you guys follow me on social media, you're going to be blown away, I think, because you're going to say, I never knew this because I never put it out there, because I stay 100% positive. When I'm around people, I stay positive no matter what I'm going through. But see, it was just literally about 3 years ago, I became very, very ill. I was rushed to the hospital. They found out I had what's called double pneumonia. I had double blood clots, and I was rushed immediately into surgery. Upon coming out of that surgery, I could no longer walk because both of my legs had totally locked up. The muscles had locked up. Now, they say I can walk again, but I've got to go to rehab, but that's neither here nor there. But again, I was forced into a wheelchair. Now, you have to remember, just before that incident happened, I was a part of a company called Skinny Body Care. The owner of that company's name was Ben Galinsky, and you all know him. He's the owner of LiveGood. Ben got burnt out with the industry. He walked away. He came to me. He was going to move me and my team over to the new company where he was actually merging the company. When people say he sold it, he merged it over there. He wanted to get out. He was burned out. And if you ever get on the calls on Thursdays, Ben always tells his story, so I won't go through that, of why he got walked away from the industry. And after I got sick, I was forced to be home. There was no more Skinny Body Care. Those checks were gone. But I was fortunate and blessed. One, I made $4.8 million in that company. Two, I met some amazing, amazing people. Matter of fact, I have someone special on this call this morning. I'm going to let say hello. We created over 11 millionaires on our team in that company. And we created hundreds of people earning over six figures. I mean, we were killing it, because we had that power line marketing system. We had a weight loss product. It was hot. It was fast. It was the best 8 years of my life. It allowed me to literally purchase a home for cash. I was riding around and I was being stupid. Okay. I was being dumb with my money. I was buying Porsches every year. I was living the good life. I had the home. I had the pool. I was taking vacations all over the world, but I wasn't managing my money. And to make a long story short, one day I woke up and everything was gone instantly. I'm not even going to cover that story, but I'm going to start from there, guys. I woke up literally in a wheelchair up 16 flights of stairs. Matter of fact, I was so high up, I would crawl down those stairs, and I actually broke both of my arms. I have 2 steel rods in my arm to this day, okay? Now, when I woke up that day, I found that I had nothing. So I played a little game with the system. What I would do is call 911. The ambulance would come get me, and I told them I wanted to commit suicide. I didn't want to commit suicide. I just knew that by law, they had to take me to the hospital and monitor me, and at least I had somewhere to go, and they'd feed me 3 times a day. Well, that kind of ran out, and they sent me somewhere, and I stayed there for a couple of weeks trying to get it together, and then they released me, and they released me to a homeless shelter. Homeless. I went from owning a $350,000. Right now, that house is probably worth about $600,000. But here nor there, I walked away from my lifestyle, my family. My life was all taken away from me at the snap of it was over. And I never forget, they took me to a homeless facility. I was scared to death. I've never been in that situation. They told me if I was lucky, I could get a room. They had this facility where I could get a cot, and you had to check in every day at 2:00 and to make sure if you get in line, and hopefully you could get a bed that night, or you had to sleep in what's called Tent City, which is basically outside in a tent or a blanket or whatever you could do. Here it is, freezing cold, raining. I'm scared to death. I'm a grown man. I just had a family. I had everything. And here I am in a homeless shelter. And I'll never forget, they gave me a bus ticket, a one-way bus ticket to go anywhere I wanted in Dallas. And I used that ticket literally because I refused, because of my pride. My ego was broken. And I said, there's no way I'm staying in a homeless shelter. Let me get out of here. And I'll never forget, I took the bus to the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. Now, here it is. I'm at the airport. I stayed in the airport that night. And what I did was I went over to the international section where flights were going out in the morning internationally. And I met a guy from Korea, a businessman. From what I understand, he's a multi-millionaire, but he didn't have any American money with him. And he was hungry and he wanted something out the vending machine. And I'll never forget, I had about $5 in my pocket and he wanted to trade me some Korean money for anything I had so he could get him a little something to eat out the vending machine because all the restaurants were closed. It was the middle of the night. And I used here, this is how stupid I am. I gave him my last $5 to get him a little bite to eat when I had absolutely nothing but that ticket. Well, the next morning, the airport literally kicked me out because they knew what I was doing, and I had to go back to that homeless shelter. Long story short, I was homeless. I used to check myself in every day at 2 o'clock. I would get a cot, thankfully, and every morning they would wake us up at 5 o'clock, and then you had to go. They had this little center, okay, and you could go to the center. Oh, let me tell you this. When I went back to the homeless shelter, in the bus station where they took me back over, this lady stole my iPhone, literally grabbed my iPhone and stole it because what they do when you're in the streets like that, if they get their hands on your iPhones, they'll go and block them and sell them. That's how they make money. And I didn't know that because I've never been in that environment, but I had my iPhone stolen, so I had no cell phone. And I'm here in the homeless shelter, but every morning I would get up and I would go over to the little training center where you could luckily get you something to eat, okay? And they had these computers. And I would log into that computer and all my passwords were messed up because I was logging in from different IP address. I mean, it was insane. And I used to hit Dad's at 5 or 6 o'clock her time in the morning, say, Dad, and she'd be like, are you all right, Tim? I'm like, I'm all right. I'm gonna make it through this. Nobody's knowing this. And then I would make a post about LiveGood. I would literally tell people to take the free tour from a homeless shelter. Now, they closed that center at 12 o'clock noon every day. Again, I'd sit outside for 2 hours waiting until 2 o'clock to go check back in and get a cotton. Here's what I learned while I was there is that one, I didn't want to be there. Two, that people get caught up in their environment. I cannot stress to you how many people I met being homeless in a homeless shelter. How many people are totally conditioned to being in that situation? I mean, some of those people were earning 3, 4, 5, 6. One guy I met was making $6,000 a month on his VA disability benefits. $6,000 a month, and you're in a homeless shelter. I also noticed that everybody there had a cell phone. I'm like, how in the world are y'all getting all these people getting? These people are broke. They're in homeless shelters, and they all have cell phones. And what I found out, and I learned real quick, is when you get government benefits, which I wasn't getting because I had no ID. I didn't have a driver's license. I didn't have a birth certificate. So what they do is they try to get all that for you through their services, but it takes time. And I found out when you get benefits, government benefits, you can get a free phone from the government. So I'm checking it out, but I didn't even have any of that stuff. And they told me that it would take a couple of weeks to get all of my benefits in, my Social Security card, my ID card for Texas. And I said, I'm not going to be here a week. I'm not getting caught up into this. And finally figured out that if somebody would take me in and vouch for me, and I could go live with them, they would give me a bus ticket anywhere in the United States. And, thank God to this day, and I'm getting choked up telling y'all the story. My sister in Virginia vouched for me, and they gave me a Greyhound bus ticket from Dallas, Texas, to where I am now. Some of y'all know I'm not even going to tell you where I am. I'm in an undisclosed location is what I call it. So anyways, that was a mess because I'm in a wheelchair, and a lot of those buses cannot transport you in a wheelchair. So I literally sat in a Greyhound bus station. It took me almost a week to get from Dallas to where I am now. I get to where I am, and I'm living with my sister with nothing but the clothes on my back, no money. My sister, fortunately, went out and got my driver's license where I am. My ID card. She got me my birth certificate. I was able to apply for social services, food stamps. I was able to use that to go online and get a free phone. So I got an Android phone for free with free minutes and all that good stuff. But here I am coming out of that situation, living my worst life. You know, I'm rock bottom. But you know what? When I got that cell phone, I was the happiest human being on the planet because that's all I needed was a cell phone with some internet. That's all I need. Just watch this. And my sister's telling me every day, Tim, just get healthy. Don't worry about the money because she thinks a little different than me. And most people do. They don't understand how entrepreneurs think. And I'm like, no, just let me do what I do. And I got that cell phone and I went to work. And man, I'm posting, take a free tour, take a free tour, take a free tour. Whole time I'm talking to Ben back and forth, and there was no money in LiveGood. And I'm talking to Ben, and we're discussing back and forth of which direction he wanted to take the company. And he says, Tim, I'm going to launch this thing, and we're going to turn on this Powerline marketing system. And he said, we're going to go international, and I'm going to put in this 2x12 matrix with matching generational bonus. I said, here we go. Folks, I want you to hear me and hear me. I want everybody to hear me right now. You're listening to a recording, listen to what I'm going to tell you. We're not talking 2 years ago. I was in a homeless shelter on October the 28th of last year, 5 months ago. I had absolutely nothing, not years ago, 5 months ago. I'm living at my sister's house, and Ben turns on the system on December the 13th. We went to work. Take the free tour, take the free tour, take the free tour. People started joining. Many people didn't. It was a crazy experience because we were getting beat up all over the internet. The company's never going to last. The company's illegal. The company's a Ponzi scheme. They can't pay out on memberships. They're using white label products. Ben Glentz is not going to he's going to sell the company. He's not going to be around for the long term. And basically, Tim Miller, you suck. Okay. But we kept going. Keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. Some came aboard, some didn't. But guess what? This company changed my life. You see, when we launched this thing on December the 13th, the next thing I know, I'm starting to get these weekly checks. They started out averaging about $1,000 a week. Now I go from homeless to $1,000 a week the first couple of weeks, because mind you, there's no matrix money. There's no matrix money. You don't get paid on the matrix to the second month anyways. There's no generational matches. None of that stuff, guys, none of it. All we had was, I understood that I get 25, now remember I have nothing, but I can get $25 on every person I enroll, and I get 9 levels of pay on fast starts. Focus on the focus, Tim. Focus on the focus. I'm not in the best situation. My sister goes to sleep at 9 o'clock at night, cuts off the lights, and I can't have the TV. I'm going crazy because that's not how I live my life. But I have to live by her rules. I'm in her house. I'm a grown man. I'll be 55 this year. But you know what? I would get on that cell phone when that TV got cut off and them lights went out. And I'd be on that cell phone the rest of the night, take the free tour, post it on Facebook. Some of you have been following me a long time. You saw my posts, see my posts. And you know what? Those checks started coming. First week, $1,000. Next week, $1,000. Got our first residual check. It was about $900. But guess what? I made just enough to move out my sister's house. That was the best feeling in the world. And I literally moved into an extended stay hotel. But I was no longer under her roof. I was on my own. I can eat DoorDash. I can do whatever I have to do. All I need is this Android phone, an internet connection. Leave me alone, get out my way. Take the free tour, posting, 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 posting. For the last 4 months, folks, I have been living in an extended stay hotel. Right now, as I talk to each and every one of you, I am in an extended stay hotel. Now, the goal is to be out of here in the 1st of June, but let me tell you what's happened in 4 months. I've gone from literally homeless to my sister's house to living in an extended hotel. And Ben said it on the call yesterday. I'm approaching $100,000 a month. That's $1.2 million per year. And we're only 5 months old. I wasn't given no deal. I wasn't given positions. I wasn't given a title. I don't get any extra income. You see, as a matter of fact, I actually fell under. So I'm under somebody else in that matrix. But I understood if I focused on the focus and I went to work and I didn't make excuses. I didn't say I can't get to, or everybody I talk to can't do this. See, I didn't get caught up in that nonsense. I didn't get caught up in these chat groups and everybody's complaining. Not everybody, but people complaining. Well, I can't get nobody. And I go to their Facebook wall and they posting 10 different opportunities. You know, I got focused on the focus. Every time somebody would inbox me with something crazy, and I've seen some crazy stuff. And I'm like, why in the world would I risk my name and my brand? I'm sitting up here in an extended stay hotel to be fooling around with this nonsense. I don't need no lead program. I don't need no system. All I need to do is get people to take this free tour. That's it. And in 5 months, folks, 5 months from homeless to be sitting where I am in a position to earn over $1 million in income this year. Who does that? What other company on the internet can do that, honestly? Let's keep it real. You know, I was talking to a guy that's been in the industry a long time and knows the numbers. And I asked him, I said, how many people in this industry make $100,000 a month or more? He said less than 1% of 1%. I went to Business from Home and I looked it up. Less than 1% of 1%. And I'm gonna tell you 50% of the people on that list are fake. They're not even real numbers. But it's not about me. That's my story. But we have already created 22 diamonds in this company. The diamonds in this company are earning in excess of over $10,000 a month. Christopher Hopkins, who's disappeared, who's been sick on his deathbed, he's in the hospital right now, has been gone for the last month and a half. No posting, nothing. The guy posts recipes every day. One of my first distributors. This guy is making an upwards of $20,000 a month from his hospital bed. And we have people out here making excuses. You can't get to, you can't go bronze. See, let me share this with you. The problem is some of us are in positions where we're too comfortable. Listen to me. Some of you all, listen, my voice are too comfortable. You know what I mean by comfortable? You have a home and you got a mortgage or you're paying rent. And as long as you have a job that can cover your necessities, you are what I call comfortable. See, you're stuck in what those people in that homeless shelter were stuck in. They were comfortable. If you want to win in this industry or win in business, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to change your way of thinking. Okay? Now, let me share this with you. One thing I don't do is I don't talk politics. Okay? I don't get into that. Republican, Democrat, independent, well, I don't care. Do you, go vote. That's what you do. But let me make you all aware of something. What would you do? Ask yourself right now, what would you do if you were all of a sudden overnight put in a position like I was where you become uncomfortable? How long could you last? How long could you last if you lost your house tomorrow? How long could you last? Now listen to this closely, especially in America. How long could you last if your disability check got cut off? Or you had to go 2 months without your disability check? How long could you last if your job was over tomorrow? How long could you last if the interest rates doubled tomorrow? How long could you last if you worked for the government and you had to go without a check for 2 months? How long could you last if you're in the military and you don't get paid for a couple of months? I'm talking those guaranteed checks. What if your disability was cut off? What if your Social Security was cut off? Well, folks, let me hip you to something real quick. You may not go homeless. You may never be put in that situation. The one thing I love about this industry is it is recession proof. And the economy is the economy you create. Because here's what you guys may not know. I don't know if you guys are news freaks like I am and watch the news. I don't know if you know America is in a crisis right now. And if we don't get a bill passed to pay this debt and raise that debt limit, do you all know within the next couple of weeks, if they don't pay, they've never done it before, but we're getting close. If they don't pass a bill to raise the debt limit, do you realize everything I just said to you is going to happen? Do you realize all social services will be cut off? All government offices will be cut off? And guess what? All those checks that you're guaranteed, your disability, your Social Security, unemployment checks, will be over. Now, you may get it back and get it up when they do finally get it through, but could you last without it right now? But all of you have your hands on something today called LiveGood. LiveGood is something special. It's something different. It's something fresh to this industry. See, once you get it, what we're doing here, what Ben said on the call the other day, he said, I just want to get this in your heads. I want to get this in your head when I'm trying to get into you. See, listen to this, people. We are not a weight loss company. We are not a weight loss company. Do we have a weight loss product? Yup. Our coffee is a weight loss product. We're not an energy drink company. Okay? We're not a super red or super green company. We're not a CBD oil company, to my Canadian friends. We are not a CBD oil company. See, a lot of people get caught up in that and they say, oh, I wish we could get this product or get that. No, you don't get it. We are not a product company. We are a membership company that allows our members to buy products at wholesale prices, just like Costco. That's what we are. That's what all of you have to understand. We can add any product at any time we want to. We just added another product, the pain stuff with CBD in it. Now, I don't know if you can get that in Canada. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. That doesn't stop the show. Okay, that's not our fault. Certain governments don't allow CBD oil. If we can't ship it there, we can't ship it. That doesn't have nothing to do with nothing, because we have over 15 other products to choose from. And you are not even forced on an auto ship in this company. You know, I had someone laughing the other night from Canada, talking about when are we going to get CBD oil to Canada? I said, I don't know, whenever y'all elect somebody and you get an administration up there that passes a law that says we can do it. Until then, don't call your congressman or whatever, y'all senator or whatever. But I said, I tell you what, if you work this business, I said, if you work this business, you'll be able to buy all the CBD oil you want to. Matter of fact, if you work this business, you'll be able to buy your own CBD oil farm in Canada. How about that? See, you got to focus on the focus. And as we inject this company with more and more products, it's just going to build more revenue and more volume for the entire company, which is going to pay you more. Now, Desiree and I were on a call the other night with a team that, I tell you, exploding out of Africa. And the guy said something on that blew me away, and I never thought. He said, listen, people, he said, Jeff Bezos owns Amazon. Jeff Bezos owns Amazon. That's why Jeff Bezos is a multi-billionaire, because he owns Amazon. Amazon started with books. The difference here is LiveGood is doing basically the same thing as Amazon, but we own part of LiveGood. See, when you become a diamond or above, you receive a percentage of everything moving in this company. Company did what, 7.5 million, 7.3 million last month. We'll approach 8 to 10 million this month. We're doubling every month. Can you imagine when this company's doing 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, where all of you are sitting right now? But we have to focus on the big picture. We have to focus on getting ranked up. We have to get all of that color. So any of you guys out there that get in your head, I can't get to, or these people here won't do nothing, and you've got all these excuses, you need personal development. So you got to get your thinking, what I call stinking thinking, right first. So you can't build this when your mindset's not right. So you got to believe it first. You got to want it first. You have to have the hunger pains first. And you got to get uncomfortable. You got to get uncomfortable. It's going to take work. It's going to take not doing things you've been doing with your kids every day. I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to take letting your spouse know, I'm about to give this business the next 90 days of my life. I'm going to run so we don't have to live like this anymore. You know? Guys, you guys are sitting on an opportunity of a lifetime. This is our one shot. Now, this is my second shot. If I'd invested my money properly in the past, other than buying dumb stuff and trying to impress everybody and posting pictures of my house and my Porsches, I wouldn't have been in the position I got in. But you know what? God is good. And I'm not getting religious here, but I'm going to tell you something. Faith. I'm just going to say faith. When you have faith, when you believe, I believe I was put in that position for a reason, because it humbled me. And it made me realize of what I never want to go back to. It made me stronger to now know what to do with money. Dare to tell you, we went through hell yesterday because I was fighting paying $99 a month for a Zoom, but I said, she was like, we got to get it, Tim. We got to get it. And I'm like, $90 a month. Now here I make good money. I don't want to spend no $90 a month, but I take a hit for the team. You know, we were using somebody else's Zoom, but the way we're structured, and I need to be doing more, but we have access to more and more. We got leaders out there, but I said, yeah, it's time. I think I better get my own Zoom account for the team. But guys, let me show you. If you don't think it can happen for you, let me introduce somebody to y'all real quick. But I was in a company with Ben before, and I told you we produced 11 millionaires. There was one young lady that got involved with that company who had never, I'm gonna let her tell it. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna close out by sharing the 3 parts of this compensation plan. You definitely wanna know, then we're gonna go to work. But there was a young lady by the name of Courtney Looper. This young lady, literally, I'll let her tell it, but she was one of our $1 million earners. Guess what? She was working on another company. I spoke to her about this business a year ago. Wasn't interested. She was fired up about the business she was in. Did I beat her up? No. Did I say what you're doing is stupid? No. Did I say your pay plan sucks? No. Is your pay plan better? No. I just said if you ever are open to something else, but I'm running with Ben again. But guess who I have on the call this morning? I want you to meet her, just say a few words. But let me reach out to my friend who just got started with LiveGood. I promise you, you're going to see her name all over the leaderboard. I already know what's about to happen. She's been down this road with us before. But Courtney Looper, are you on the line? Unmute yourself, Courtney. Courtney Looper, if you're out there, you want to unmute. Or maybe Tracy has to unmute you. Tracy, if you see Courtney Looper, unmute her, please.
Okay, it wasn't letting me unmute myself, so it did finally. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my gosh, Tim, first of all, thank you so much I didn't know, I knew your story, but not what you've gone through since the end of that first company. And wow, like I'm blown away and inspired, and I feel like I'm home right now. Like I feel like I'm home. I know a lot of y'all don't know who I am, but in 2013, I was a 37-year-old struggling single mom that was a high school dropout, and life was hard and challenging. And I had never done network marketing at this time. And so it was all brand new to me, but I discovered the industry from this girl on Facebook. and found the first company Ben had, Skinny Body Care. And sorry, I'm just so excited right now. You don't even realize, sorry, but I found this company, and I went to an event and found out what this industry was about, and decided to jump all in. Again, at the time, 37-year-old single struggling mom, I was facing my 4th eviction when I found this industry. I was facing and I'm not talking, and there was more than 4 evictions. That was just what was on record. And I'm not talking about like having to move out to a house, you got to move, but all the times that I had to move out, most of them was putting my stuff in these big black trash bags to haul them out and get out of there at the last minute, right? I mean, I struggled. I knew what struggling was. My kids were in high school. My oldest was 18 and was donating plasma so he wouldn't have to ask me for money. And I decided to jump into this industry, decided to put in some work, and started doing the work. Like I had a regular job, and I was studying to get my insurance license, and I was trying network marketing all at the same time. I would leave my job, I'd come home, and I would literally, there'd be a path from my bed to my computer, because that was all I did besides go to work. Like that was my life. I was determined to get myself out of that situation. I knew in my heart, like I'm made for more. I'm meant for more. I know if I give up, I will not have success. I've got to just work. I've got to do the work. So I did that, but there came a day that I was standing in my living room, and I had just sold my couch and my kitchen table on a buy sell trade group on Facebook. So here I am, I'm standing in the living room with my son, and he looks around the living room. He's like, Mom, what are we going to do? He goes, you sold our couch and our kitchen table that we eat dinner at. Like, what are we going to, what's happening? Like, are we going to lose everything? And I said, listen, we still have our beds to sleep in. We have a roof over our head. I sold the couch and kitchen table to be able to have just enough money to give my landlord to hold off another week, right? Just let me give you partial money. We hold off another week and I'll get you some more money. He was a great landlord. He actually wanted to sell me the house. And so he took that from me. And that day, my son went to school, and I got on my knees. I got on my knees in this little $20 like fold out little chair in my living room. Nothing else in my living room except the stand where the TV went, right? And I said a prayer, and I just gave it all to God. I said, you know what? I can't do this by myself anymore. I'm going to put it at your feet, and I'm not going to worry about it anymore. Because if I worry, I'm telling you, I don't trust you. If I worry, I'm telling you, I don't trust you. I got up from my knees. I looked around my house with barely anything in it, and I felt free and happy. And I just had this big smile on my face. I looked like a crazy person, but I had this big smile on my face in this empty house. And I'm like, you know, I have no worries. I've already put it at his feet. I'm just going to keep moving my feet. I'm going to keep moving my feet because listen, I've got a way. I've got the answer. But if I quit, I will never see that, right? If I quit, I will never see that. I've got the answer. I'm going to go to work. I went to my regular job, came home, worked, all of that. I'm telling you, that was on a Friday. I said that prayer, right? It was on a Friday. I will never forget on that Sunday, my son needed to go to, my son was going to prom. He was like, Mom, he goes, I have saved the money. I just need a ride to get my tux. So I took him. And before we left, I said, hey, just let me make one more post on Facebook. Let me make one more post and then we'll come back. And he complained, but he still let me do it. He knew I was passionate and my job and doing this was important, right? While I was gone, my mom called me. She goes, oh my gosh, you got to get home right now. Like, no, I'm busy. I've got my son time. No, you got to get home right now. This is like 911. While I was gone, that last post that I made had gotten 775,000 shares. My Facebook following grew to over 100,000 people, and every single person wanted to buy what I had. I had a health and weight loss group on Facebook that, at that time grew to over 100,000 members because of this post. Like, everything went crazy viral, and everybody wanted to know, what was I doing? Listen, that next week, my check was over $1,000. The next week it was over $3,000. By September, which this would happen in April, by September, I paid cash to my landlord to buy the house I almost got evicted out of. Eventually, I ended up renting that house out and buying my dream home, this beautiful, Tim Miller was in it before. It was a beautiful 4,400 square foot dream home, and my kids were growing up by then, but they lived with me. I moved my grandfather in with me. Like, life, oh my goodness. Like, if you could see what is at the other side of your fear, of just letting go, forgetting what others think. You have a purpose, and when you don't pursue your purpose, then you are denying someone else out of their prayer. Like, somebody is praying for you to show up so they can have success and be free. But you're holding this secret because you're afraid of what someone else is going to think. Listen, I've had people delete me from Facebook before. People I grew up with, people I've known for years, delete me on Facebook. They're like, I don't want to see your stuff. No. And guess what? After I went viral, and after I had success, and after I made $1 million, they tried to friend me back. But listen, I can't have no more friends. I now have 1.7 million followers on Facebook. It is because of Ben Galinsky. It's because of Tim Miller. It's because of them pouring into us, giving us a system that we didn't question. We just listened. Success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. You are the one deciding that, I just can't do it. I'm afraid of what my uncle Bob is going to say, who is still sitting there, probably collecting money from the government, which I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I know that we all have our struggles and we all have things we go through, but listen, quit listening to the broke people. Quit listening to the broke people. They're not paying your bills. You want to have success. Success leaves clues. Find people to follow that are having massive success. Put in the work. Put your head down and put your blinders on. Don't worry about what other people are doing. The ones that are doing the worrying, did you see this? Did you see that? That are gossiping and talking about people, they are broke. And if they're not broke right now, they're going to be broke, right? Successful people don't focus on all that crap. Okay. Anyways, I'm just so excited. I feel like I'm back home. I'm excited to learn. I have a lot to learn, but I'm just excited to just be part of this company. It truly is home. I don't think my husband, that's another thing, by the way. Because of this, I ended up meeting my husband. He was my Facebook follower, and I ended up meeting my husband on Facebook a few years ago. And this industry not only gave me, so many amazing friends and people and personal development, it brought me what I wanted more in this whole world, was a nice, kind, respectful man that loves personal development as much as I do, and is here to cheer me on my journey. So never forget your worth. What you write, you invite. So whatever goals that you have in your life, write them down. What you write, you invite. So put it on paper, and let's all go to the top together. I'm so happy to be here with y'all. Love you so much.
Wow. Thank you, Courtney Looper. And I know we'll be hearing a lot more from you. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to the family. Welcome back home. It's like we've all come back together again. But yeah, well, you just gave me a little hope. Maybe I'll find somebody on Facebook. Who knows? And that was a joke. But here we go. I'm going to run through this 3 points that you want to the basic of our compensation plan that you want to understand. Now, LiveGood is set up a little differently. One is we do not put anything called volume in our products. That's why our products are so inexpensive. They're not cheap. They're not white label. I mean, we have a developer that creates all of our products. Okay. Also, our products are fresh ingredients. A lot of these network marketing companies are sitting on product that they're having a hard time getting rid of, and they're holding it in their warehouses a year, 2 years, and you're getting old product. And when you're dealing with fresh, natural ingredients, guys, you have to understand it. They have to be fresh. They can expire. You know, that's why some places will get something like the protein shake and it'll look a little different, or it'll look like it's not full. That's why, because we're using all natural ingredients. Even the colors may change in it because plants change colors. Not going to go into all that, but that is why. So when we run out of product, guys, that's because we don't shelf the stuff in a warehouse. Okay. I have friends that have been in network marketing companies, and they always go to Dallas. I actually know the manufacturer. And you go in that warehouse and you'll see nothing but this guy. He owns like 5 different companies. And you take a tour of his warehouse and you'll see the labels of everything. And that stuff's just sitting there. No, Ben doesn't operate. He's going to make sure we get the freshest, highest quality ingredient products in the marketplace. But unlike any other network marketing company on the planet, we do not add volume to it to pay upline commissions. Okay. So we don't take a $10 product and market it for $80 a month to our distributors. And that way they're getting that profit margin, which is called volume, PV, GV, which is group volume, team volume, whatever they want to call it, points, legs, all that stuff. We don't have any of that. So we don't have to mark our products up, because our members are able to buy our products at wholesale prices. It's not that our products are cheaper, it's that we aren't jacking our products up to pay upline commissions. We make our money on what's called the membership. By having a membership with LiveGood, we can again inject any product, whether it be, we're just starting with health and wellness. There's a lot more coming. Ben's saying next year or two, we have over 200 products to choose from. That's insane, guys. You are at the beginning of something huge, but we can inject any product. I mean, guys, if we wanted to add noni juice, we could add noni juice. If we wanted to add collagen, which we will have in the next few weeks, we've got that product coming. I understand that product's going to be under $30. Guys, people are paying $80, $90, $100, $120 a month for a collagen product. We're going to have a product, better quality, higher quality, okay, for less than $30. That's unreal for our members. So that's what's coming. So that's how that works. But everybody, pays a $9.99 membership. Why? Just like Costco. People will pay Costco $9.99 per month to do what? To be able to go shop at Costco, to be able to save 30 cents on a bottle of ketchup. And here's the beautiful thing about a Costco. People, and some of you know it, you've got a Costco card in your pocket. When's the last time you went to Costco? See, even whether you go to Costco or not, you're going to pay that $9.99 to Costco. 80% of Costco's profits come from their membership. They have over 1.2 million people paying them $9.99 a month. So their profit margins on what they're selling inside the Costco stores is minimal, because they're making the bulk of their revenues in what's called memberships. And we actually saw this trend. We saw the Costco's, the BJ's, the Sam's Clubs, and it just makes sense. Now everybody's going to it. Netflix, I mean, you name it, everybody. I mean, you could go on Instagram right now, like I have, and get what's called a blue check mark. Okay. You're going to pay what, $14.99 a month just for that check mark. That's a membership. Guys, we're not watching the membership model go up. And at the same time, we've noticed that the network marketing companies, and we're not bashing companies, we can read the reports, because some of these huge companies are public. So they have to report their numbers. We know that all of these companies' numbers are going down as much as 20% month over month. Why? Because we had COVID, okay? People started handling their money differently, and it is what it is. People started cutting expenses. But guess what? I bet you everybody kept their Costco memberships. They kept their Netflix memberships. And see, when we saw that, and I say we, I'm talking about being in corporate, when they saw those trends, one going down, one going up, they say, hey, let's do a membership, $9.99 a month. Now, we have built into this thing a 2x12 base matrix, a 2x12 base matrix. Real simple. You can only have 2 people below you in that matrix. Once those 2 positions are full, they're full forever. Underneath those 2 can only be 4 people. You see, because everybody goes down below the next available spot. spot. So you got 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1,024. I'm not going to go any deeper than that. That's 10 levels. And every person that falls in your matrix, whether you create the spillover by sponsoring more than 2 people and helping your team and understanding this thing, there you go. Or you can get what's called spillover. That's where people above you are placing people into the organization and they're going down below someone. If not you, then who? And Ben always says it, we got 1 million people coming in here this year alone. All of those new people have to come in below the people that are already in. That's each and every one of us, but you want to take advantage of the timing. But with a full 2x12 matrix paying you out 25 cents per person, that could pay you over $2,047 per month. That's why we say you can earn up to $2,047 per month without doing anything. You see, the Courtney Looper, who just got started, the first people that get in with her are going to be the biggest winners. Those that make the decision to get in right now. People think spillover doesn't come from a big builder because it starts getting too deep. You see, everybody I personally sponsor right now goes on what's called my 8th level. Okay. Now they're going on my 8th level where they're going to get spillover from, because the next person I sponsor also going to go on the 8th level until that 8th level is full. But it's creating spillover for 7 other people that are in that got in first. That's the beauty of the matrix. But if you're waiting on spillover, if you're not going to do anything, here's what I recommend. One is you want to get that $99.95 yearly membership. That way you're locked in. That way you aren't going to make the mistake. Something goes wrong, you don't pay your membership and you get kicked out that matrix at the beginning of the month. So if you can do that, or when you can, do the $99.95, you're not going to do anything. Okay? Order you some products. We know our product users are our biggest builders. I was never a product person. Okay, the last company I was in, the big one I was in, we had a skinny fiber pill. I do not need to lose an inch of weight. Okay. But I understood the mission, I understood the compensation plan, and I knew there was a huge market for that product. It didn't make a difference. People tell me all the time, I can't sell a weight loss product because I'm skinny. What's that got to do with anything? If you're selling a product, when you have a market of 30% to 40% of people out here are dealing with weight problems, there's the market for you. I was in the car business when I sold Toyota. Okay, I didn't own a Toyota, but I was able to sell a bunch of Toyotas. See, that's what I call that stinking thinking. You got to get you out of your own head. I understood it's a 2x12 matrix. Man, let me go to work. And how do we make that matrix fill up faster? We have a power line marketing system. That system is amazing. Courtney just told you she made $1 million using the same system. We had over 11 people make over millions of dollars using that same system. And here we have it, and we own the software, we own the technology. No other company has, and if they do, they're leasing it from Ben. Okay? But that power line marketing system is saying all it says is, you give people a free tour. And when they take a free tour, they go on the power line system. And every person that comes in throughout the world into this company goes straight down one leg in that power line marketing system underneath each other. And every day they're getting emails. You don't have to email anybody. It's going to email them, letting them know how many people have been placed below them. And they see those numbers growing at over, listen to this, folks. I jumped on here right before this call. Y'all remember a couple of weeks ago when we were on these training calls, I used to say we had 1,000 people a week and we were blown away. You remember a couple of weeks ago, I started saying we're over 2,000 people a day. Do y'all remember the call last week when I said we've gone over 3,000 people a day now? Well, guess what, folks? When I looked at the numbers this morning, we're over 4,000 people a day now. 4,000 people. We're about 4,400 people already today. Okay, and the clock starts on Friday. Why? Because everybody goes in that power line system, gets to watch and monitor everything, but they got to make a decision by Thursday night at midnight. Now, Ben and corporate do a call every Thursday night. You want to invite all of your prospects, your leads, your people that have taken the free tour to that powerful Zoom. Okay? Because Ben explains everything. He explains how the power line works, and he explains why they want to get in by midnight on Thursday night. Because on Thursday night, the magic happens. All the people that are members are taken out of the power line, and they go into the matrix underneath in the next available position of their sponsor. Okay? It just works just like that. If they don't make a decision by Thursday night at midnight, it starts over. The people that were in there that have upgraded automatically go into that matrix. Boom, there you go. So yes, you can make $2,000 a month. Get two, help them get two. That's what we teach. Get two, help two, repeat. But who wants to do a matrix? I wouldn't. I would never do a matrix. You're gonna tell me you're only gonna pay me 12 levels? Well, what if I go up there and I sign a Courtney Looper up and she comes in on my 8th level? That means I'm only gonna get 2 levels on Courtney because you're only paying me 12, well, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 levels. So you're only gonna pay me 4 levels because everything below her 4th level is on my 13th level, which I'm not getting paid on because it's a 2x12 matrix. See, that's why you guys gotta be careful. When you see these matrix pay plans, when you see them, run. This isn't a matrix. See, what this really is a unilevel. See, do you realize that every person you personally sponsor this company's going to pay you out the next week $25 per person? Do you realize that you're going to also get paid a fast start 9 additional levels? It's a 10-level unilevel. Guys, my checks are running between $3,000 and $4,000 each week without me sponsoring anybody, even though I sponsor every week 2 to 3 people. Why? Because I stay in the game, because I'm focused, because I'm hungry. Being a Crown Diamond means absolutely nothing to me. I have too many of you guys I want to see win. But guess what? Even if I didn't, my checks are going to run $3,000 to $4,000 every week, whether I get out of bed or not. Because every time one of you guys sponsors somebody, guess what? If you're within my 10 levels, I'm going to get something, whether it's $25, $4, $2, $1, doesn't matter. That's why I teach you to teach your team to duplicate. It doesn't matter. You can be on that leaderboard all day long. If your people aren't duplicating, you're not going to make the big bucks. That's why we have Christopher Hopkins in this company. He's only sponsored 23 people, and the guy's a diamond. We have people in this company that aren't even diamond yet. They're sponsored over 400 people. See, you got to understand your numbers. You want to go out there and personally sponsor people by getting people to the free tour, because here's why. Where's the big money in this pay plan? You see, when I saw this is when I got excited. When I saw what I'm about to share with you guys is why I do LiveGood. What I'm about to share with you is why I won't look at another network marketing company, because this company pays generational matches. Now, if you're taking notes, you want to understand this. There's a difference between generations and levels. People get caught up and they don't understand it. Generations and levels are 2 different things. Now, I'm going to explain it to you real quick. You see, every person you personally sponsor in this company, do you realize you're going to get 50% match every month on their matrix check? So even if they sat there and did nothing and they get that check up to $1,000 a month, okay, because of spillover or whatever, you're going to match it. You're going to get 500. That's why if you sponsor 2 people and become bronze, you put yourself in the position to earn double, triple the income you would earn by doing nothing. Just by sponsoring 2 people. Just 2. I tell you, I sponsor 2 to 3 people a week. But Tim, you got a team. No, I don't. Tim, I just told you my story at the beginning of this call. For God's sake, I was homeless. And I was able to do this. And I only had a couple of hours I could be on the internet, in a shelter. Come on. No excuses. And this company said, no, Tim. No. You get 50% on everybody you sponsor. But if you do some work and you go silver, we're going to pay you silver match. 2 generations. Well, what does that mean? Okay. Remember, I'm just going to use Courtney as an example because she's on here. Let's say I sponsored Courtney. Courtney comes in on my 8th level. I personally sponsor her. Let's say Courtney goes up there and builds a checkup, back end check, makes your check up to $1,000 a month. I sponsor her, I get 500, right? Now I go silver. Now I get the bronze. I get the 50% match because I sponsored her. And she's on my 8th level now. 8th level. But I will get the silver match on Courtney as well. So I went from $500 a month matching to $600 a month match. Why? I'm getting 60% because I get the 50 and the 10. I personally sponsored her. Then the computer is going to look down below Courtney, and she's a builder. She's helping her people. She's duplicating. And people she sponsored start going silver. Or people on her 3rd, 4th, 5th, her 10th level become silvers. But that computer is going to go down there and it's going to pay me the silver match on Courtney. And it's going to look down below Courtney on every leg. It's going to find the next available silvers. And it's going to pay me a 10% match on those people. I don't know who those people Courtney brought in, no. I don't know any of those people, but guess what? I get 10% of their check. So let's say she's got 10 silvers below her, they each doing $1,000 a month. 10% of that, what is that? 1,000, that's 100 each. That's an extra $1,000 my way, just on 2nd generation matches. Just as a silver representative in this, just because I saw it and I got it. Also, I'm starting to pick up all those matches on silver. That's why helping your people get to silver is important. And for them to go silver, you got to go silver first. And then you get into our advanced training and all the goodies that come along with being a silver. But no. Let's go bronze. Let's go gold. Okay, I sponsored Courtney on my 8th level. Instead of getting 60%, now I get 65%. Why? I get the 5% gold match. So now I get the 50% personal. I get the 10% silver. And I get, if she's a gold or above, I get 5% of Courtney's check. So I went from 1,000, I went from her 1,000, I get $650 per month. And remember, her check is compounding every month. I'm just using a base number of 1,000, but it's compounding because that matrix is steadily growing. So every month it increases, it increases, it increases. Now watch this. And y'all don't even understand compound. It's crazy, but here we go. Now I get 65% on Courtney. Computer's gonna look down and find all of the silvers, first generation, that level, generation to her, gonna pay me the 10% match on them. Then it's gonna reach down and find all the golds, 3 generations deep, and pay me 5% of their checks. Now, do you think I know people that Courtney found on Facebook and those people they found on Facebook? I don't know those people from nowhere, but I match and get a piece of the portion of their business. I hope y'all understand what I'm telling y'all. Then you go out there and you hit platinum. Now you get 70%, I believe, because now I'm picking up the bronze, which is the 50% match I sponsor. I'm gonna get the silver match on her. I'm gonna get the gold match on her. Now I'm getting the platinum match. Then it's gonna go down 2 generations of silvers, 3 generations of gold, matching all them. Then it's gonna go down 4 generations of platinum. There could be platinums on Courtney's 100th level, which is still 2nd generation to me. See, you don't get blocked in this pay plan. See, if you got people in this thing that fool around, want to make excuses, they can't get nobody signed up, whatever, they may find that one. You heard the story on the call, if you won the call. I signed up Desiree. Desiree signed up a lady's not doing it much. She signed up a lady's doing nothing. Matter of fact, that lady's trying to recruit everybody in something else. And she signed up Trisha Costa. Trisha Costa is running with this thing. She'll be diamond this month, folks. Guess what? Any other pay plan, I would be blocked between Desiree and Trish because there are 2 people in there. So Trish would be on my 4th level. But no, we pay generations. So guess what? Des is about to be platinum. So I'm gonna say she's a platinum, right? So I'm gonna get all my matches on Des, but Trish will be 1st generation platinum to me. Hello. Any platinums underneath, she got 3 or 4 of them. All her platinums will be 2nd generation to me. I get 4 generations of platinum. Do you guys understand what the words that are coming out of my mouth? And then get this. Trish will be diamond this month. Hopefully Des will be, let's say Des does not go diamond this month. And we know the 2 people between her and Trish are not gonna go diamond. Because I'm a diamond or above, Trisha goes diamond. So she's the 1st diamond in Desiree's leg. Trish is 1st generation diamond to me. 1st generation. She's on my 4th, 5th level, but no, we pay generations. So the computer's gonna say Trish is the 1st diamond that's 1st generation to Tim. Any other diamonds, and she's got a couple, I think. I know Whitney, if you're on here, I know you're going diamond this month. Whitney will be 1st generation diamond. So I'll get the diamond match on Trisha. I'll get the diamond match on Whitney. And any other diamonds they produce, it's going to take me it'll take 5 generations of diamonds in just that one leg. That means every person Trisha sponsored is another leg. She sponsored 100 and some people already. That's 100 legs. I get 5 generation matching. And the company says, we're going to take 2.5% of all the revenue. So we're going to take every $49 that comes in this company when people join. We're going to take every reoccurring $9.95 membership fee. We're going to take every bottle of protein. We're going to take every bottle of Super Rays for $18. We're going to take every bottle of Super Greens for $18. And we're going to take 2% of all that money and put it into a bonus pool. And we're going to take 2.5%. We're going to take the diamonds and we're going to split all this money, this 2.5%, with every diamond in the company. That was close to $7,000 a piece. They had 20 diamonds. We got 23 of them now. Because do you quite understand what I'm saying? And then we just introduced a new rank of crown diamond, 0.5% of total company revenue. Then said it will do minimum 8 million this month. You do the math. That's a $40,000 crown diamond bonus. Just that. That's not including the monthly residual check, which is the matrix and the matching matrix. Okay? I'm not going to tell you what mine is. Ben said it on the call. They go listen to the recording. It's on YouTube. Okay? Guys, this is insane. This is life-changing. You heard Courtney's story. How bad do you want it? You heard my story. We're no different. One thing, and I'm gonna wrap this up and let you close it out there, is here I want you to understand something. Courtney is just like you. Tim Miller is just like you. Desiree Ingram is just like you. Tracy Walker is just like you. Guys, hold on, somebody just.
Can we hear you, Tim? Tim? Okay,
Here we go. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right, where did I stop? Because I'm about to wrap it up. Where did I stop?
You were just talking about, just go ahead and finish wrapping up, because I don't know wherever you stopped, but you were just saying,
Well, yeah, there's the basics, everybody. We just want to go out here. We want to go to work. We want to get focused, guys. Listen, if you listen to me right now and you're not bronze, come on, let's get it done by Thursday night, midnight. That's just 2 people. Don't make excuse. You can get 2 people. Okay, the easiest way to do it is go out there and organically find 10 people to take the free tour. We know 2 to 3 of them are going to join. Just by them taking the free tour. You want to focus on getting free tours. If you have a team, if you've brought people in, get them plugged in. Now, let me cover this. 2 hours before this Zoom, I spent all of my time giving people the number to get on this Zoom. I should not have to tell your people how to get on our trainings on Saturday. You have to be a responsible sponsor. You have to get your teams plugged in, because here's the ticket, folks. How many of your people do you wish were on this Zoom this morning and got the same information you just received? Because here's what you're going to do. We're going to get off of here and you're going to be hitting me up asking me for a recording so you can now send it to your people. No. You need to get your people on this Zoom. Now, I get it. Some people work. Some people, because it's Saturday, I have one, because of their holiday, and really listen to this. Listen, that's fine. I get it. But at the same time, I don't want to hear it. If I can get on calls at midnight, when everybody's asleep, in Africa's just, if in Central Africa, in Cameroon, as a matter of fact, they can host a call at midnight my time. And I've got to get up at midnight to be on that Zoom. And their Zoom is at 5:00 a.m. They're up at 5 a.m. They're on the Zoom. Why? Because it became something important to them. Okay. When I get up in the morning and I see the Philippines are doing a Zoom at 6 a.m. my time, okay, they're not making excuses. Trust me, I get it. Some people do have to work. I get it. But I also understand some people make excuses. Okay. And there's nothing like a live call or a live training or a live opportunity Zoom. There's nothing like it. A recording will not do it. So you don't want to get in the habit of waiting on us to shoot out recording that you can now send to, quote unquote, your people. No, one team, one dream. We have to get in the habit of one. When you sign somebody up and they take a free tour, you better have someone to take them to. What do you do next? There has to be a group. I'm not saying put them in 10 minutes. I got about 8 of them. Okay. I know Desiree Ingram and her team have a group, a chat. I know Courtney has a group, so her people will be plugging in. See, you have to first get people in and then plug them in. We all have separate organizations. We have separate groups. We wear different t-shirts, okay? I get it. That's fine to brand yourself, but at the same time, don't forget, we're like the NFL, we're like the NBA. There are a lot of separate teams under their own brands, but when the day is over, they're all in the NFL. They're all in the NBA. They're all in the Major Baseball Association. They're all in the National Soccer League. So all of that team stuff, I get it, but at the same time, we have to unite because remember I said, the bigger the company gets, the bigger we all get. Remember I said, when you hit diamond or above, you get paid on the total revenue. You are profit sharing in this company. So you want this company to grow. You want people that's even not on your team to win. That's why you don't want to play this game of getting people to join your team. We can, I see this stuff, people, we can create more spillover if you join it. No. Why would you do that? Because you're hurting yourself and you're hurting that person. No. If you find out somebody's already in LiveGood, say, let me get you plugged in. Let me help you. You're not on my team. And I know I don't want to spend a lot of time. I get it. But let me plug you into Kelly Toller's group because you're on that organization. Let me get you into the Freedom group because you're in Desiree's organization. Oh, you join with, and you're on Courtney. Let me find out who you're. Oh, Courtney Lou. Let me get with Courtney and I'll find out where she sent her group. You have to plug everybody in. And once they're plugged in, the system will keep them in, guys. So everybody, listen, thank you for hopping on this morning. Love each and every one of you. Guys, we're going big. We're going fast. We are disrupting this industry. I love and appreciate all of you from the bottom of my heart. We're working on putting a convention together. Stay tuned. Get everybody on next week's training. For you guys that are silver or above, be ready because we will meet up tomorrow night. I've got a surprise for you. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Desiree. We'll get together. We'll huddle up. We'll get these Zooms together where we can get all the hosts lined up. We'll figure it all out later. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Let's go to work. Have fun. Enjoy your lives. And let's go. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome call. You heard it best. Everybody, make sure y'all taking write down this particular Zoom because this is where it's going to be every Saturday at 12 o'clock. Make sure your teams are here.